Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. I'm Martin Warwick and I'm talking with Elena Romero, Head of Product Line SDN at Ericsson. Elena, hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for talking to us. We're at the MPLS SDN NFV World Congress here in Paris. Ericsson is a regular attendee at these events. You have quite a history here. What are you doing this time in 2016?
So we start with SDN, which is my area. We are showing Cloud SDN. So our SDN offering for the data center, intra-data center connectivity. In this case, we are showing it connected to a data plane based on a smart NIC, which is running an Open vSwitch. And the connectivity has been, the connection has been really easy because we are using open source everywhere. So we are talking with open standards interfaces. So that from SDN perspective. From IP perspective, we have launched also new products. We have launched the Distributed Services Gateway, which is a very efficient new router in our portfolio, which provides 240 gigs in one rack unit, so really, really efficient and really competitive into the market. Then if we go to a little bit more futuristic things, we are showing things like network slicing, one of the basic concepts for 5G, how to split the network into different behaviors according to the different needs of the different applications or end users. And the way to provide that is to do that with automation. So we are showing the kind of solution with management and orchestration, how to do this split of the network to be offered as a kind of automated service. So a lot of things to do in our booth, a lot of things to see.
Telefonica Unica, what about these other NFV contracts and SDN contracts, and what's your progress like in SDN itself?
Yeah, what we have seen recently is the industry evolving into a different level of maturity. Some years ago it was about exploration, then we went into POCs, then we went into RFIs, and then this year or last year in 2015 we started to see selection of vendors. In 2016 we will see more and more actual deployments. So we launched recently press releases making public some of the contracts that we got with Swisscom, with Telstra, and as you mentioned, Telefonica. Telefonica is especially important because they are one of the drivers in this industry. They have started this some time ago. They have tried, they have learned in the process, they have gone now for a second kind of release of their project Unica, and they have selected Ericsson as the partner for that. Specifically regarding the products that I am responsible for, they have selected Ericsson SDN for the data center connectivity. It has to be in commercial service before the end of the year. And I think that we will see more and more these solutions evolving into mature commercial solutions.
We talk about open next, the concept of open. In NFV, there's an awful lot been made of the fact that NFV has basically been driven from the start by the service providers themselves rather than the vendors. And the result of that, the service providers said, look, we're very happy to do this technology and to use it and apply it when it's as it should be and everything's sorted, but we don't want to be locked into a particular vendor manufacturer again in the way we were. So we want something open. How do the service providers go about selecting which ecosystem to choose for their transformation partner? How do they go about it? What are they looking for?
Yeah, I think that ecosystems are good and it's something that is happening. So as you said, industry partners being together and creating things together. What we think is that even better than ecosystems, we have the open source communities. And the open source communities are open by nature. Everybody can contribute, everybody can get the benefits of the software which is there. Ericsson is quite active in the open source communities related to NFV, like OpenStack or OPNFV or Open Daylight for our SDN controller. What we think is that the best thing that can happen with these communities is when they don't overlap so much, so that they can focus in different problems or at least in different angles of the same problem. And that's what we are seeing that is happening in the network. And we do think that that's good. There would be a problem if they overlap too much and they come with different solutions for the same problem. But there is a kind of self-regulation in the industry, and at the end, these open communities really get focused into a specific things. And for instance, it has happened with SDN and the Open Daylight, which has become now kind of the de facto standard for integrating with OpenStack, right? And that's part of the OPNFV as the total solution for the NFV infrastructure and so.
Let's end with looking forward. Let's just look around a 6 months, a year point of view. What do you think the SDN NFV landscape will be like this time next year in 2017?
More into the future, more into the 5G, Internet of Things. I think that we will see things happening in Internet of Things even before 5G comes. I think that there are some capabilities needed for that, but there are other things that can be done with current networks. That would be my expectation for next year. And in this kind of networks, it's like the relation to what we have been talking about before, the network slices. You really need to slice the network to offer each of the kind of subgroups within Internet of Things the right quality. So I think that this differentiation, you need the automation, the dynamicity that SDN and NFV can provide.
Really interesting. Elena Romero, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. Thanks.